So we're heading over to the kiln as part of this area. As you can see, the paths are snow covered. So you have to be willing to get out in the crunchy snow right now to see these areas. There's a really nice creek that runs along the side of this path. And I'm sure in the spring and summer and fall is a beautiful area with the trees. But here is the kiln. You can see around the front of it. And it's snow covered today. Really cool. Just a pretty view from here. You can see the creek's running nicely. A little waterfall in the back. There's little paths all around. Snow-covered paths today. And this is one of the mine shafts. I believe this is the Peckway mine shaft, maybe. There are markers here, and you can do an interpretive trail walk through here. You just have to print out the paperwork for it. And just past the mine entrance, there's a little pond up here. And then there's a geology walk trail that takes you up here. And it will give you a historical tour of the rock formations and the geology of this area, which is actually really interesting. Sometimes it's incredible to me to think about I'm actually standing on or in around things that are millions and millions of years old. Pretty cool. So we're getting ready to head up the geology walk trail. It takes you up the ridge here and back behind the kiln and the mine shaft opening. We are now above the mine shaft. Shannon's down below. Found some fur in the snow. Not sure what that belongs to. But and the areas through here are called ore veins. This path is in the largely removed mass of the Upper Dolomite. So we're going to go check out these areas on this part of the path. And this is where the caves are at. So you'll get to see that. Don't know what's back underneath the snow over here, but I do see a cave up here. Pretty area off the trail. It says danger, no trespassing, so we shall not trespass. covered in snow, so kind of hard to tell what you'd be stepping into here, but kind of a neat area. You can see the geological formation of the rocks, and there is a cave down there. Now this particular cave that we are looking at with the fence around it is called the Gopher Hole. You can see there's several little openings in there. And I'm not sure what else would be underneath the snow, but there may be more areas to go into. There's a cave down here, which is what I'm guessing you're going to find a lot of that kind of thing around here. And if you look in the rock formations, you can see the huge trunks of the trees winding their way, the roots winding their way through the rocks. But that's pretty cool, whatever's down there. I'm not quite brave enough to go down there. There are probably, there's a cave up here to the left. So we can go up there, we just can't trespass past this fence line. They don't want you going down into that cave. My guess is it would be hard to rescue you, so I'm not going to try it. But yeah, there's a really cool cave up there, and we'll take a look at that. Before we head up, you can see that a tree has uprooted here. But you can see the rock formations underneath the snow. And that's where we came from. You can see the pond over there that we were just at just a few minutes ago. There's the Gopher Hole cavern or cave. It goes around to this one over here, and then where we're at now. Beautiful area. And I guess winds back through that way. All right, so we are at stop number 4 on the trail. During the Civil War and older times, it was done by handheld steel drills, driven by someone swinging a heavy sledgehammer. Then the holes were filled with black powder, blasted, removed, and the process was repeated. So that's how this one was dug out. And I'll take you up to the top to see this one. Okay, so this is the number 4 mine shaft. You can see down in there. And the rock formations up above. The layers, the rock formations. And Shannon is making her way down in there to give you an idea.
Comes out the other side.
Of how deep it is. She says it comes out the other side. All right. She's talked me into coming through, so here I come. You can see above you the rock. You gotta bend down just a little bit. Wow, this is crazy. And then back down here's another area. And then this comes back up through the other side. Very cool. See the rock formation, the quartz. The layers. Millions of years of layers in here. So I've just climbed up the side here. And this is the other side of where we were, where we just crawled through. This is a tree that has rooted itself into the side here. It's super cool. Kind of winds up crooked all up through there. Yeah, this is a really cool tree right here. This whole area is really, really interesting. That's where we were. Now we're heading another direction, down this way. And again, it's an interpretive trail. It's a really cool area, especially if you're interested in geology and history associated with it. This is number 5. Not sure what this area is, but it looks like another cavern around here. Yep, probably.
Just a hole.
And this is number 6 on the map. And it's just kind of a hole, maybe where they drilled inside of the rock up here. This area. And again, beautiful rock formations. You can see the long spiraling icicles hanging off of it. So we will not go over there, but very pretty area. So anyhow, this trail winds around right here. It's a little bit steep, a little bit treacherous. Brings you down around down here to the bottom, and you end up at the top of the kiln. And then you can make your way back down to the parking lot over here. And again, we are just above the kiln area. There's another pond. And this is called White Deer Trail. And you can see out in the middle of the pond, probably a house for mallards or ducks of some sort maybe. But the birdhouses are scattered around the pond area. There's one in front of me that's fallen over. But this is a trail that takes you around the pond. And there's a trail that will take you the other direction around the pond, and then it goes up the side of the mountain over here. So anyhow, that trail goes all the way around this pond, comes out here, this side of the pond, and goes up this ridge right here. This is called Poplar Grove Trail. So someone has made some signs and put them in through here. And it looks like they've come out maybe on a snowmobile or something and packed down the path. This is a stone building in the park here. Beautiful stone structure. Okay, and as you step over into this area, they have some of the geological rock formations set up here that tell you what the rocks are from this area. Also, what period geologically with the Earth. This looks like the Cambrian era. And I can't make out the name of the rock. And as you walk down, this one is a, what's the Hicken Formation? Precambrian. Pretty cool. And as you walk further down, there are several other examples. Mostly snow covered today, but we're able to see a little bit of it. This is the Chickees Formation, Lower Cambrian. The Kinzers Formation, Lower Cambrian. Fine grained sedimentary rock, famous for its fossil fauna, especially tribolites and echinoderms. It's a really cool rock right here, Conestoga Formation, Middle Cambrian. And this is a cool one as well. Cool rock. Example of Upper Cambrian. Anyhow, they have a nice paved path that takes you through this park. And there are some trails here and there. We're going to be exploring a little bit of those. This is another rock formation that they have an example of down here. There's a really pretty pond. So it's nice and peaceful. So this is a nice little pond and is built actually for people with disabilities. So this is a nice area to bring someone if you with strollers, or if you have to use a wheelchair or some other type of handicap device. They make it a little bit easier for you here with it being paved. The benches are right off the path. The fishing dock is handicap accessible. Just a really pretty peaceful area. As you can see, it says priority is given to fishermen with physical disabilities. So, really pretty area. Beautiful stone structure, barns. It's about 29 degrees out today. It's a little bit cold, but the sun is out, so we're happy to be outside enjoying some sunshine. So anyhow, we just completed our trail. And again, we are at the Pequea Silver Mine in the Pequea Township Park area. And we did the walking trail for the Silver Mine Park, which included the kiln, the caves. And it was a really pretty hike. Interesting geological area and beautiful landscape. Pretty much had it to ourselves. Very few people were here today. And a really nice area. Thanks for joining us.